Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
me and Michael had a bit of a, mom and dad fight sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah, but you can't fight.
Sometimes dad forgets to watch The Mandalorian. We were planning to watch The Mandalorian and Borat for this episode, but I just I don't know how, but I just have not. The thought of The Mandalorian has not crossed my mind. Probably because of everything that's going on, but
yeah,
still.
But Borat was fresh in your mind. You didn't forget that, did you, Tommy?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Borat, and Borat, 2, second one. So that'll be a little later. And we're just gonna shoot the shit a little bit like we do now.
Yeah, we have been shooting shit for a while.
So
early in the podcast, or sorry, I was gonna say earlier, right before we started recording the podcast, I was like, Michael, actually, can you give me 15 more minutes? And he's like, yeah, actually, that's good because I have a small crisis right now. And I replied to him saying, I have a small crisis by saying, perfect. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, you did. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I just lost my AirPods. I couldn't find them.
That's too bad. Wait, did you find them?
Oh,
you have
now.
one.
They're in my ears.
Yeah, your head's tilted that way, so I couldn't see the other one.
Did you think this was a ton of white earwax dripping out or something?
No, the other side. Yeah, that one I couldn't see. Anyways, so the United States is in a state of fucking unrest right now.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Tommy. United's a strong word. The states are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we are recording this not on election day, but on election day 2.
Yeah. November 4th. As of right now, it's the AP reported, Associated Press reported 248 to 214 Biden. And we're just going to see how it goes from there. It's probably not even going to be close to the end. This is probably literally just the beginning.
Yep, which sucks. And I've been biting my nails to shit because of it. It's been so... Last night I was so stressed out, oh my god. But now I've kind of just been you know what? Obviously it would be fucking awful if Trump won. But, what the fuck was I gonna say? You know.
I don't know. I don't know.
But right now I'm kind of just hitting a mental block and just pretending it's not happening until we know the results one way or the other.
Yeah, when it started last night, I was kind of freaking out because it was just I don't know, I was watching CNN, the guy John King and Wolf Blitzer and whoever else was there do their thing. Mm-hmm. And it was just very oh my god, this is hard to even watch because it was not because it was bad news or whatever, but it was this is actually it, today's the day. But for the most part, it kind of calmed down. I feel a lot of people were overreacting in the beginning. They're just Virginia's gonna go red, and it's all right, guys, calm down. But yeah. It seems like it's going sort of as expected, which is whatever. But anyways, besides election talk, because we know that all of our viewers come here because we have great talks about. Michael's just picking his nose.
I am not. There's a scab inside my nose.
All right. So yeah, happy November. Officially pumpkin season. His finger's still up his nose. There's a lot of brain. I just
jammed my finger firmly up my nose. If Tommy could talk to me normally with it up there.
I can't fucking do this.
Wait, what did you say?
I think I said it's officially pumpkin season, but I guess that was also last season.
October.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I did? I made chicken noodle soup because it's getting cold out.
Wow. Isn't that an all-day thing?
Well, I put it in the crock pot, so it took all day. But in terms of me actually like doing stuff, it took like maybe like 45 minutes.
Mm.
But
We
yeah,
made salmon the other night. You
salmon.
know, the fish.
I hardly know them.
Oh, you're stupid.
You know, we bought swordfish. Just gonna see how that goes.
You're making it?
I don't know if I'm making it, but we have it. So
Yeah, we're gonna make mac and cheese like tomorrow, I think.
ooh,
Too.
we made like this mac and cheese with like schnitzel, or not
Mm-hmm.
schnitzel, cutlet, chicken cutlet kind of thing. But it's very good. But
Yeah.
back on the swordfish thing, you ever think about how like fish are just so fucking weird? Like there's literally it has a sword. There's also really other weird fish, like the one with the little dangly light bulb.
Are we really at this point in the podcast? We've already gotten here where we're just talking about how fish as a concept are weird.
I mean, I have nothing else to say. I feel like everything that's on people's minds is just the election, so maybe fishbowl.
There's an election?
Problems tomorrow?
Wait, it's an anglerfish. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Also, I got my
What do you
flu
have?
shot today.
Ooh. I
First
see the
time
liberal
ever.
media has gotten you to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I've been chipped.
Yeah,
The government can track me. I think that's
I'm
so
just
dumb when
saying,
people are like,
5G, it's
people like,
real.
people will be like, this coronavirus thing is just so the government can put a chip in you when you get vaccinated or whatever. And it's like, you're literally always carrying a tracker around with you as it is. Like, we
Yeah.
all have a fucking GPS computer in our
Yeah,
pockets
literally.
100% of the time.
Coronavirus is so that we can get vaccinated and have chips on us. Tweeted from my iPhone.
Yeah. Or what was it? There's like that meme that was like, it's like, I don't want TikTok giving, or like, I don't want TikTok giving China my data for free. Why can't they be a true American and sell it like Facebook does?
I love that. You know what I hate? What I was just thinking about? You know, like when you send emails to like I don't know important people, and then you realize that it like at the end of it it said like sent from my iPhone, or like that
Yeah,
dumb
mine
message
doesn't
that's
do that anymore. I don't think.
really.
I don't know
I
how.
had it.
I don't use the Apple Mail client.
I use Outlook.
Oh, then I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, I'd realized like I don't know a couple months ago that every single email I've ever sent from that email address has said like
Sent from my
get out.
iPhone.
Well, no, it's instead of that it says like get Outlook for iOS with like a link.
Oh my god.
So, so it's just like important emails that I've sent to like I don't know people like professors and like
Yeah.
people for like internships and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just by the way get Outlook for iOS.
So stupid.
Oh wait, aren't we doing oh no, are we doing the Thanksgiving food tier
Mandalorian?
list
No,
thing?
we're not. That's on Thanksgiving, Tommy.
Okay, I was thinking about food. I'm kind of hungry if you can't tell. I was gonna eat my salad, but then Michael fucking cockblocked me.
Yeah, because Tommy shows up to the podcast ready to feast on a salad in front of everyone.
Yeah, I have a whole salad right here. There's like carrots and tofu and peppers and
Yeah, I mean, Tommy, I don't shit talk your etiquette. Look at the way you're sitting and the fact that you don't have a real microphone and the fact that you're trying to eat a salad on the podcast and forgot to do one of the two things you had to do.
that is
And then I'll
true.
text you like, hey, did you post on social media at like 6 o'clock at night? And you're like, oh, whoops. Like, that's the one thing you have to do. I took the hard job.
I will say, Michael is paying me minimum wage, but I think I might need a union to
Yeah.
represent me.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying this employment.
You watched anything besides Borat this week?
I watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and I finished watching The Square, which was the
Oh
movie I
yeah, I
talked
saw
about
your
last week.
review, and I couldn't tell if you liked it or not because it was just 3 stars and then a joke, so I didn't know.
Oh, my joke, because I watched Nightmare Before Christmas on November 2nd. So my review was just I want to make a joke that says today is the Nightmare Before Election day, but I have no way to say it to make it sound funny.
Well, did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I think music was, I don't know, I just like, it was fine. I enjoyed it. Music was cool. I liked it,
I
like the
want
whole
like a
play.
compilation of every movie we've talked about so far where Tommy calls it fine.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, most of my reviews are like, yeah, it was fine.
How does
To
that go
feel.
against what I just said?
No, I mean like on Letterboxd, not like on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't know. What else did I watch? Besides yeah, it was besides Borat. Because I don't know, people say like Nightmare Before Christmas is like a Halloween film, but it's also like a Christmas film. I
I
feel like
feel
I
like it's
see
definitely a
both.
Halloween.
I don't know. I could not like agree with somebody who's like it's definitely a Halloween movie or someone who's like it's definitely a Christmas movie. I mean, it's just like
I feel like it's a Halloween
it's like
movie because,
split
like,
down the middle.
well, yeah, but to me, it's like the message of it is not like pro Christmas. I mean, it is, but it's
Yeah,
like,
instead of being anti-Christmas.
well, no, but I mean, like, their characters are
Bro.
still like, oh, we're happy to be in Halloween Town and everything goes back to normal. Like, it's not really about like spreading cheer or anything like that. Like, I don't know. And I just feel
Yeah.
like it's hard to have a movie with a skeleton as the lead character and call it a Christmas movie.
But he rides a sleigh.
Yeah, pulled by a ghost dog.
No, not a ghost dog, by skeleton reindeer.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
saying it's
and
not
the
it's
ghost
not
dog.
clear it's not clear cut is all I'm trying to say. I could see both arguments, but my whole thing is that like I wouldn't say it's one way or the other. I know this is a big debate between fans of Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of the hottest
I
debates
think
of
it
all time.
probably is, honestly.
You think?
It has a big like following of like hot topic teenagers and stuff.
Is there a sequel?
No, I think Tim
Okay.
Burton said he didn't want to do a sequel because like everyone was just gonna like pressure him into doing like Jack visits Thanksgiving Town and then Jack visits Easter Town. Like it would just be like
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again.
It wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be as it wouldn't have the same original feel.
Yeah. Which, but like when I watch that movie, it's like, um, I do get like kind of curious what Thanksgiving Town looks like. You know, like he goes, there's all the doors to all the different places, and like, is there really enough to do a whole town based around St. Patrick's Day and Valentine's Day? Because those are two of the doors. Like, what do they even look like?
Well, St. Patrick's Day is like pot of gold, a lot of green, leprechauns,
Yeah, Tommy, I'm aware. I'm just saying, like,
Irish people.
Christmas and Halloween are the only ones I feel like you can
I
actually
was
fill a whole town with. Like Easter, you got bunnies, and that's about it.
I think you could do some with Easter. There are Easter movies.
Yeah, Hop. That's the only one.
It's a classic. No, Peter Cottontail. That's one. Here comes Peter Cottontail. You know one?
Yeah, I
It's a real
know.
thing.
Have you even seen it?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah, it just seems stupid.
Nice.
You
Destroying
kids
my
would
fuck.
watch it. What do you think's like the
Yeah, but
most?
I see what you mean.
What do you
Sorry,
think's the most like overrated holiday?
um, overrated holiday.
Maybe not overrated,
Um,
but like just straight up worst. And I'm not saying like don't say like Labor Day or some shit that's not actually a holiday. I mean like a
yeah, it has to be
holiday.
like a legit holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, probably Easter.
Really?
Like what? Like it's not like I spend all of April being like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm in the Easter spirit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna wear a bunny outfit today. Like, um, And it was more fun when I was a kid because it's like, I don't know. I feel like as a kid it was just like more magical, but now it's just
Oh yeah, it's
when
definitely
you
like a kid's holiday. I
it's a
feel
kid's
like.
holiday, but also it's either a kid's holiday or like a Christian holiday. But
Right.
I'm not either one of those, so it's kind of pointless for me now.
Yeah.
I just get chocolate
Uh,
eggs or chocolate bunnies are great though. That is probably the best part of chocolate bunnies.
The Reese's bunnies are
Reister.
insane. That's what they're called. They're Reester bunnies.
Oh really? I'm
Yeah.
gonna look it up right now. I was about to eat a piece of lettuce, but I realized it was gonna crunch.
Uh,
I can
I feel like
control my urges.
I feel like the worst holiday. I hate St. Patrick's Day.
You
I
hate
must
it?
say. Yeah, it's just I've always had a bad time on every St. Patrick's Day.
What like uh because of the holiday or just like for extraneous reasons?
No, I think because of it. Because I
Yo,
mean,
can I get a Reester? Okay, sorry, I had to throw. Can I get like a Reester bunny like right now? I think it's like
I
available.
doubt it. No.
No, I really want one. It looks yummy.
I think you might just have
Sorry.
to wait till Easter, buddy.
All right. What were you gonna say?
Oh, sorry, I'm so popular. Uh, I was gonna say that St. Patrick's Day I just feel like is like really boring if you're not Irish and you're not into like fucking like parades that are just filled with marching bands. Like my parents always dragged me to the fucking parades near us, and they were always just so lame. Cause like for one, parades are boring as fuck unless they're like the Macy's parade. Cause like if it doesn't have big fucking balloons, I don't want it. You know, where'd you go?
Sorry.
But do you know what I mean? I just feel like it's so
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been to a parade in a while. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a bad experience. I think the only time, I mean, I remember there being some parades, but we have a parade in our town that we both live in, and all I remember is being there, and this lady was just changing the diaper of the baby, like right in front of me, and I was like, I don't know, I was like a 10-year-old kid, so seeing this like baby's diaper being changed, like right, point blank range, it was like, oof,
Ruins that
this is
St. Patrick's Day forever.
it. It didn't ruin it, but it was just like probably gonna remember this like 10 years from now, and not
Yeah,
for like a
and
bad
look at you
reason, just be
now.
like, yeah, I still remember it. I don't know why. It's not like I was haunted by it. It's just like that's the only thing I remember from it.
You know what other holiday I don't like? And this one is a
What's that?
scalding hot take, I have to say.
Yeah.
I don't like New Year's Eve.
What?
Yeah.
That's sad.
I'll
I
tell
like
you
New Year's
why.
Eve.
It's not
Okay,
sad. Let's not get
I'll
ahead
tell
of
you why.
ourselves.
I'll tell you why, Jack. I mean, Joe.
Let me lay it down. Alright.
Here's the
Picture
deal.
this. No, so I've been to New Year's Eve like parties like with family or whatever for the past like few years, and it was always just like this thing of like, okay, everyone stays up till midnight and we go woo, and then everyone goes to bed, and that's like it.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever, that's fine, Um, but I find myself like, from like the time I get to wherever until like 11:50, I'm bored out of my mind, and then from like 12:03 until whenever I leave, I'm also fucking bored out of my mind. It's like, and half the time it's just it doesn't even feel worth it to like stay up because it's just like, oh my god, it's midnight, and it's like it for some reason it feels later on New Year's Eve to stay up till midnight than on like any other night. And I remember it being a big deal as a kid, and that's when it was like fun. But now it's just like it's this big huge deal, and I just find that everyone's really fucking annoying about it. Like 2020 was terrible. 2021 gonna be so much better, And it's like no,
Yeah.
you're allowed to be like, oh, that year sucked, this year didn't suck. But I feel like it comes with so much like hype, and then
It's
it's
what everybody
inevitably
says.
gonna be nothing. And the best New Year's I ever had was last year. I was supposed to go somewhere, and at the last minute, I was told not to come. Not for like any reason, just like, oh, you don't have to come if you don't want to. And I was like, yes. I was so happy. I sat home and I played Jedi Fallen Order until 12 o'clock. I said, Happy New Year, Mom. And I went to bed. And it was the best New Year's I've had since I was like 9 or 10 years old.
Wow. That's weird. I kind of have a different experience. I feel like every other year but last year, I had like a pretty like uneventful New Year. Like, it was just hang out and just wait until the ball dropped and then be like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to bed. And then last year I actually went to my friend from college had like a big party. And this is before COVID, obviously, so it was all right. And
Wait,
it was just a
Tom,
lot
you
of
telling me this wasn't 2020 New Year's?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I realized now that was pretty stupid to say. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun because I've never been to like a giant New Year's party before.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool and like got to see a lot of people. It was fun.
Yeah. See, I liked it as a
But
kid because it was like you'd buy confetti poppers and you would buy the noisemakers and you'd go, "Pff, woo," and that'd be it. And you'd be like, oh my God, I don't get to do that usually. But now it's like, I'm an adult. I could go buy a confetti popper right fucking now and pop it
yeah,
off if I want
like
to.
it was like the same thing like with like candy. Like when I was a kid, I'm like, holy shit, candy, or like, oh my god, I'm gonna eat McDonald's tonight. That's
Yeah.
insane. But now it's just like, yeah, can I get 4 McNuggets? I mean, sorry, 4 McChickens. It's like,
I
and I
guess
feel
that's the
even
case
worse
with
after I leave.
I guess that's the case with just growing up is like holidays that were really fun back then are no fun now.
Yeah, you know
Or
what's
maybe
actually
not no
become?
fun.
Yeah, I would agree. I think holidays that have become that were super fun as a kid have inevitably become less fun as an adult for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and then holidays that were less fun as a kid become more fun as an adult. And the prime example, 4th of July.
I was gonna say Thanksgiving. I fucking love Thanksgiving now.
I also Thanksgiving. I'm like really loving Thanksgiving. It's just food and
Yeah.
like I don't know, just eating
It's
a
like
fuck ton of food. It's
you
great.
wake up, you put the parade on, you don't really pay attention to it, and then the food comes and you eat it, and then you eat dessert, and then someone puts a football game on, and then everyone falls asleep, and it's so lit.
I know it's great. And it's just like there's some like uh, it's just
Yeah.
it's such a perfect
But Fourth
holiday.
of
And
July,
there's
I also agree with you because I did not like Fourth of July much as a kid either. It was just like
yeah.
to me, it was just like, oh, that's the day we go to the beach, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was just
And
like, oh, it was just like a day that passed. I don't even think I did that much. Like maybe I had a
mm-hmm.
hot dog that day or something. But now
Yeah,
it's just like, because we didn't we do 4th of July last year?
yeah,
Yeah,
we did
we
our
cooked up a
barbecue,
bunch
our
of food.
boys' barbecue.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so lit. That was so lit.
And the funny thing is, like, we don't even do anything extravagant for Fourth of July. We do what we always do, except we grill and we light off like a handful of fireworks.
Yeah. That's like I don't know, that's the one part I just like grilling up food and just an
Yeah.
absurd amount of food
Mm-hmm.
with like,
We had
your
shit tons
homies.
last
We
year.
had so much food, so many burgers. Oh, it was great.
It was pretty lit.
It's just I think also
There were
part of it's
chocolate
like
covered strawberries that I made.
oh yeah yeah I think I made burgers. You made strawberries.
Yeah.
What the fuck else was there?
There was corn.
Steak.
Brett
There was
made mac and
steak.
cheese. There was
Mm-hmm.
steak that he
Sorry,
also
our
made.
friend made mac and cheese.
No, we could say Brett.
No, that was the joke because last week we referred to him as our friend.
Yeah. What else do we have? Another friend of ours made sausages.
Yep.
But the problem we ran into was there was so much food and it was all really good that like couldn't possibly eat it all.
Yeah. We actually last summer, our friends and I we had like different like meal days. I don't know how do
It's like
how do you
it's
describe
literally like four like middle-aged women that are like, "Ooh, it's enchilada night."
it?
Like,
That was literally like our entire summer. We just were like, oh my god, guys, let's do breakfast.
Yeah, we did seafood. We did barbecue. We did seafood, and we did breakfast. And
Yeah, I think we agreed breakfast was definitely like the tastiest, but like it was the most filling by
oh
far.
yeah, definitely. Well,
Like
because
I
it's so
could
much
not.
just like stuff. It's
Yeah,
so filling.
that was good.
It was
What did
really
we
good.
have for that? We had like, did we have
Pan
pancakes then?
No, we had
Belgian
waffles,
waffles.
French
Waffles.
toast. We had omelets,
Yeah.
smoothies.
Yeah, I made my famous smoothie.
Yeah, we're just listing off food now, but
Yeah, well, I mean, it was really good.
it
I
was.
do think seafood was great, but I hate to say it, the fact that there was so much poop in the lobster made it more unappetizing.
Yeah,
Would
I
you
wouldn't
agree?
doubt. I mean, it doesn't make it more appetizing. It just doesn't bother me that much because I'm used to it. 'Cause I've eaten lobster a few times and I just know that the poopy is in there.
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting that much, and after a while, I'm just like, I can't eat any more of this. I just feel like I'm literally consuming poop.
Mhm.
It just wasn't for me, you know.
Yeah, no, I
But I
feel
mean,
you.
I would like order a lobster roll, just not a lobster, or like a lobster that just went to the bathroom. You
Excuse me, garçon.
know.
Can you make sure this one just went? It's really
Can you give
stupid.
this one a laxative?
But yeah, I think in terms of holidays that like I actually care about, it's like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then like the only other one I really enjoy is Fourth of July. I can't
Yep.
really think of other ones where I'm like, yes,
So
because like
like
I mean,
I think the way holidays are spread out is actually kind of lit because I think, in my personal opinion, I think fall and winter are the worst seasons,
you think
and then
fall
spring and summer
is
are the
worse than
best.
spring?
Yeah,
Fall's way better than
definitely.
spring.
No, it's like it looks pretty for like a couple weeks, and then it just gets cold.
Yeah, but spring is always cold. It's not even warm until like the last 2 days of
No,
spring.
it starts like blooming, and
It
you
does
know
not. It's
it
always
looks cool.
cold. The entire month
This
of
is
March
whack.
and April are cold and wet and disgusting.
All right, so I'm going to sidetrack from this conversation for 1 second. I'm on the top10s.com, very reputable site, and they have Independence Day as number. Oh, is that just fourth? I'm dumbass. Is Independence Day just 4th of July?
Jesus Christ, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't they just have 4th of July? And also, here's number 6 is New Year's Day. Number 7, get this, New Year's Eve.
Wait, who the fuck likes New Year's Day?
I don't know. It's literally the worst. I don't know. Oh, so here's my other thing. I think if you were to, what's your, here's my question. If we disagree on the seasons, because my
Mm-hmm.
season ranking goes number 1 is summer, 2 is spring, 3 is fall, 4 is winter. But I do think that fall and winter have the best holidays. However, if you were to say what the worst month of the year is,
March.
what is it?
March.
Really? I have a
March.
hot take. Yeah?
What? Yeah,
It's,
no,
I
it's
guess it's
March.
not that, but mine is very, very like, it's definitely January. You want to know why?
Why?
The best part about January is literally the first second of it, and then it just gets worse.
I agree. I think January is bad because it
Nothing happens in January. Nothing.
no, nothing happens and no like even like if this was a
And
normal year per se, but no movies release in January. It's just a dead zone for all content, movie,
mhm.
TV, everything. Nothing comes out in January. Excuse me, I just burped. uh but but the reason I put March below it is because March like it tricks you into thinking it's going to be a good month. Here's what I
Really?
mean. It's the start of spring, right? So you're like, oh, it's going to start getting warm again. No. There are never any warm days in March ever. And it's always just very cold and very wet and always gross outside. Then you have St. Patrick's Day, a whack-ass holiday. I'm so sorry if you love St. Patrick's Day and you're listening to this, but that holiday's fucking whack. And then
if you're listening and you like St. Patrick's Day, get the fuck out.
Yeah, honestly. But then colleges are like, ooh, spring break? We're going to put it in March when it's still freezing cold and raining all the time. That's when all the kids are going to go on their week-long break. And you can't do anything because it's still cold out.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, there's nothing in March that I ever look forward to. If Easter is in March, it gets maybe a little bump over January. But besides that, there's just nothing.
I understand what you're talking about, and I definitely think that March is one of the worst months. But I just can't see why it's worse than January, because January is colder, it has worse weather, and it doesn't even have like a holiday to even complain about.
No, but January at least you have like it's actual winter, like it's snow on the ground winter. So if you want to do winter activities, you can do them in January. March is still winter, but it's just wet.
March is the limbo between winter and spring.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I would still probably rank it under. What would you say is your favorite month?
Probably May. Oh no, actually October.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because it's got that chill in the air. Like just a little too cold where you need a sweatshirt, but not. You can still be comfortable outside.
Yeah, and it's like, ooh, voice crack. Like 50 degrees, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's yours?
Yeah, your favorite. It's either. I have a list right here. I'm pretty sure.
Tell me to slow down.
I did.
Oh, you're so cute.
My number one is July.
Really? Too hot.
But it's just like if I want, I can spend all of it outside, which is the whole point. And that's what I think. But also November is pretty great because it's like just the food and the atmosphere.
I do,
and it's also got that October chill, maybe a little bit colder though. I
don't mind cold as much anymore, honestly.
Football, I don't know, it's just so nice. December is also pretty good. In April.
Can I give one more hot take, and then we should probably talk about the movie like we're supposed to?
Yeah.
I like when it gets dark earlier.
Yeah, that is a hot take. I fucking hate it.
Really?
Hmm?
Well, you're boring. I just feel cozier when I get home from school and I'm doing homework and it's dark out. I feel more productive.
Really? I feel
like I can't do homework during the day. Yeah. No, I
don't know, because the problem is the reason sometimes when I like the dark is like summer nights when it's dark outside and you're just hanging out like with your friends and it's like, this is nice. But then when it's like winter, it's like 5 o'clock and it's pitch black and you're like, I can't even fucking go outside if I wanted to.
I know, but it's kind of lit. I'm talking about it's not. You get a hot chocolate. It's dark out. It's dark out right now.
I made hot chocolate last night. Nice. It was so nice.
Do you make it with milk or water?
I actually used both last night, but I heard milk is better.
Milk's way better.
Yeah.
What I do, I don't buy the like the Swiss Miss pre-made packets that they have that you just pour it in and then you pour whatever in. Fuck that shit. You get the tub of the Swiss Miss mix and you just dump as much chocolate as you need so you can get the right ratio for your taste buds. Because I don't know who Swiss Miss himself is, but if I ever speak to the man, I'm going to be like, are you sure you like chocolate? Because you don't fucking put any in your hot chocolate.
That's fair.
That's my hot take.
I like it. I like that hot take. I'm sure I have hot takes, but we'll probably get into that Thanksgiving episode when we give our
or Christmas episodes when we give we'll give some Christmas opinions like we did with Halloween.
We could do a lot of different tier lists during the Christmas season. But besides that, let's move on to my name is Borat.
So, have you seen the first one? before this?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have.
Okay, because I saw it for the first time, um, like last week or whatever, and I think the first one's pretty funny, you know, uh,
First one is pretty good.
and it's really interesting seeing like the actual like method behind making it and like the lengths Sacha Baron Cohen went through and all the like fucking insane shit he got in the middle of for filming that movie. Like that's really impressive, and that makes the movie like it lifts it up so much, and it's so like you said, it's like so uncomfortable to like laugh at, but it's like how can you like not?
Yeah, because like the jokes they make, like if made by in any other circumstance, it like wouldn't really be that funny. But because of like the
Mm-hmm.
crazy circumstances that like he gets himself into, it's like
Yeah,
oh my,
like when they're staying in the bed and breakfast and like they think that the elderly couple turned into the cockroaches.
oh my god.
It's just
Yeah, I
like
remember that.
is at like Borat is just the most like you know whatever the opposite of progressive would be, like so like misogynistic, so like Islamophobic and or maybe not Islamophobic, but like uh anti-Semitic, and like it's absolutely insane some of the things that like I know Sacha Baron Cohen himself is Jewish, that's why he's like making all those jokes.
Mm.
But still, when you watch it, he says shit, and you're like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Yeah, I was watching it and I'm like, I hope this guy is Jewish. So then I looked it up and he wasn't. Like, all right, that's a little bit better. But
or like when he walks past like people in his village, and he's like, "This is like the town rapist," and you're like, "Oh, okay, we're just getting right into this stuff." Like,
yeah, no, they like do not hold back in terms of like you know risque jokes.
what is it when he's
Um,
like showing someone like pictures, and he has like his son's like
Huey
dick?
Lewis. Yeah, yeah, that was something else. But honestly, like at the end of the day, you know that it's like even though the jokes are a bit much, they are jokes. And like the crazy part about it is that there are people in the movie who say very similar things to what he does, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not joking. They're like
Well, that's the
not
whole point.
joking.
That's the whole point of the movie. It's like people
Yeah,
watch it and go, "Haha, funny foreign man," but it's really like supposed to be a very obvious like satire on the way people think unapologetically
yeah, exactly. Like
about
it's
other
kind of
races
like
and genders and shit.
yeah, exactly. Like the whole well, maybe not the whole point. A lot of the point is just to for shits and giggles. But I think part of it was to like show that yeah, this is like how terrible people think about
Yeah.
like other human
Mm-hmm.
beings. And it's wild. Like I don't know. There was when he went to that rally, and he was just talking to people, and they were like the Southern people, and they were just saying
Yeah.
some
And that was
crazy stuff.
apparently so tense to film that the director, the original director, who went on to do
Yeah.
Joker, um,
Who was the director?
walked. Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips. Got it.
But he walked on the project because that scene was like so intense to film.
Hmm.
But like obviously there's a reason that they set the move they go to the south to film this movie is because that's where you're gonna find people who
Oh yeah.
are like openly talking like that, like the three college kids that pick him up, you know.
Oh yeah. That was insane.
And they're
And
like
like,
real college kids, and they threatened legal action against the movie because because like they were basically like so obviously like defamed because of the shit they were saying because they thought it was only going to be filming in a country that they would never see, so they like
mhm.
went all out and said like all kinds of hateful ass shit, and then so like this movie, while it's like it's a comedy first and foremost, obviously it's like really pointing out a lot of flaws that people have, that like people will just like unapologetically in front of a camera say all kinds of shit that is just disturbing,
But it's
like
also like it was like what's it called? Informing because like me in my liberal bubble, it's like, yeah, this is like what people think
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically. And not
Right.
only these aren't just like oddballs, these are like, you know, a sizable portion of the population.
Right. Um, and I think what's really cool about the movie is that it's like it's entertaining to watch, but like as you learn about the production behind the movie and everything, it enhances the experience a lot. To know the fucking things that the crew and the cast went through for it. Like, Sacha Baron Cohen apparently, or maybe not he himself, but like the whole shoot had the cops called on them like 90 times.
That's insane. How did he like not get in? Well, I mean, did he get into any trouble? Is there like any word on
No, I
that?
don't think so. And I think the people in Kazakhstan
Yeah.
apparently like banned this movie like from being
Hmm.
shown, and a bunch of other Middle Eastern countries as well, um, because it just like straight up. I guess like they it's like defaming them or whatever. I don't think like it was malicious to set it in Kazakhstan because like it's just meant to be like any like wildly foreign country to the U.S. Um, but it is insane that it's like it's that big of a deal that like other countries would have to ban it from being shown.
Yeah, but also I think like a lot of those countries just ban like anything and
Oh,
everything.
absolutely, yeah. But I'm saying
Um,
specifically this one, I know because of
yeah,
its
because it has to do with it.
yeah,
But this, I don't know. This movie was really fun. I could understand if people like don't like it because it's definitely not humor for everybody.
right. The chase scene
Um,
though, like
but
in the hotel and the fight that they have,
oh yeah,
him and
literally,
his friend. Do you remember what I'm talking
yeah.
about?
The Azamat in the
Yeah,
hotel
and he chases him
when
through the
he
whole hotel.
Tamara, they're just butt naked.
It's
Also, side note, um, Michigan was called for Biden, by the way.
oh, thank God.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I think there was just the thing that I really like about this movie compared to Borat 2 was the fact that this uh, like its premise was like the cultural learnings of America, or what's the title? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Borat. It's got a really long title. No, not Borat 2. It is Borat Cultural Learnings of America for Make
Yeah.
Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, so like the premise of this movie is like they're trying to learn. They're like actively trying to learn about cultures,
Mm,
and it's funny because of like the ways in which they learn about it.
yeah.
Because it's all like a mockumentary. But like the
Mm-hmm.
sequel, like its premise was a joke, whereas like I feel like learning about American cultures is like an actual thing that's you could imagine someone to make a documentary about.
Mm.
But like the premise of Borat 2, where it's like, yeah, my daughter, like my monkey died, and now I have to give my daughter to Mike Pence. Like
Yeah. Okay.
that's
So
just not like a real
should we
thing.
start talking about Borat 2 then?
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about it.
All right. So I'm gonna say Chad for Borat 1. I like Borat.
Yeah, Chad.
Uh, so Borat 2. Let's do like I guess it's pretty hard to talk about this movie. There's no like spoilers. Oh, actually, there is a pretty big one. So let's do a little brief
Oh yeah, the big
thing.
spoiler at the end.
Um, but so Borat 2, yeah, like you said, the plot is delivering a bride to Mike Pence, um, and that'll like save Borat's reputation that was ruined from the first movie. So in this movie, like he's palling around with his daughter instead of Azamat, right? And his daughter's like a big part of the movie. Um, and I guess like that was my big gripe with this movie was that like even though I liked her and I liked the actress who was playing her, like I just felt like her character was not nearly as interesting as Borat himself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. I don't think I don't know, like she was funny, and but I didn't really see the purpose of her character, and I kind of was hoping that it'd just be like a Borat movie,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
But I did feel like the premise was definitely like way more ridiculous, and I felt like even though there were definitely some instances where um like it was really tense, uh I felt like it wasn't those like they weren't as like insane or uncomfortable as the first movie, which I feel like adds a lot to like the charm of that one.
Yeah, there wasn't many uncomfortable moments of this. Like it was kind of just like it felt like a lot of it was just like dunking on the conservatives, which is funny, but like there
Yeah.
weren't many uncomfortable moments. Like you went to the rally and
But I felt like the joke
the
wasn't
what was
even
the
on
like chop
him,
them up
you
like the
know?
Saudis do thing? You remember
Yeah.
that scene?
Hmm. But I feel like it wasn't like as obviously like the joke being on him, Like he was always kind of he was joking about like the way conservatives think or Trump supporters think, I should say, by doing the same thing as them rather than like pointing it out by doing something different, which he did in the first movie, you know? I don't
Yeah,
know if that made any sense.
yeah, it made a little bit of sense. No, I mean, it's not like this movie's bad. It's just like it doesn't hit the same way, if that makes any sense. And I don't know. I felt like some of the jokes were, yeah, I think some of the jokes were a bit too far. Um, Especially like considering the political climate. Like he's got to realize like you can't make the same exact jokes in like the same like absurdity as you did in Borat 1.
2000 whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and there's like I don't know, he gets into some pretty like crazy stuff, and I feel like there's still ways to make like edgy kind of like shock value jokes that like are funny, but they don't hit in the same way, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I don't know. I was kind of hoping that it's like what you said. I just hope that he like got into some more crazy situations, but that didn't really happen all that much.
Yeah, no, um I definitely agree. Like I felt like the situations weren't as crazy, but in a lot of ways they were more they almost felt more uh like more manufactured, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense either. But like there was definitely a lot of like really like holy shit stuff that the movie does that we're gonna get into in a second. But
Yeah, especially the end. Like the end part was pretty much like I wish the whole movie was those kind of scenes because that was just
mhm,
like fucking crazy. Um,
right. But I
but
feel like this one
yeah,
was a lot
I
more
wish the whole
plot
movie was that.
heavy. Like it wasn't as guided by you know the situations as much as it was guided by like they had a very clear plan of what they wanted to do with it. Um, and I just felt like that wasn't as strong, and I felt like what was sweet that I kind of didn't like about the first one was that this one had like an actual like moral kind of and like a message,
Yeah,
but it I don't know, it didn't come across as like authentic as I thought it should have.
yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah, I agree. Um, I don't know. It just felt like it was missing something, and it like tried to do what Borat one did, but like it didn't really accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think the message was good. But want to get into spoilers?
Yeah. Um, so spoilers from here on out. The big thing about this movie, which I thought was so fucking funny, was that Borat was patient zero for COVID, and
Yeah, he literally caused the spread of coronavirus.
and he brought it like to China and then to Australia and gave it to Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
which was really funny. and then brought
Yes,
it
but
over
they
to the
did.
U.S.
So did they
audience.
like pay Tom Hanks for
I
that
think
scene?
so. Yeah, I
That's
think
really
so.
funny.
But yeah, that was really funny. And the other scene I was talking about that was like a holy shit kind of thing was like they were actually capturing like Rudy Giuliani being fucking
Giuliani.
creepy. Giuliani?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. It's the second time I've mispronounced something. Rudy Giuliani being like an actual fucking like.
Giuliani.
I said Giuliani.
You said Giuliani.
No, I did not.
You said something like, okay, my bad.
Play it back. Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani. Is that right?
No, Giuliani.
Giuliani. That's what I said.
Is that what you're saying? I can't. It's sounding like you're saying Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani.
Okay,
Maybe I was saying it wrong.
They almost get
Maybe
Rudy Giuliani on camera having sex with like Borat's daughter.
Yeah. Which was like, first of all, the fact that they were like literally capturing this moment of him being like a fucking predator. And I thought that was like absolutely insane. And that was like more so in the spirit of like the first one, I felt like, where it was like catching people doing like really shitty things. And like they did that a little bit with like the dudes that Borat stays with in I don't know wherever that is, but he stays with them during the pandemic, you know. And there was like
two guys,
a funny part where they tell Borat like women in this country have every right as men, and Borat's like, what? He's like shocked and appalled, and it's so there were definitely like some funny moments. Like I think the COVID thing was honestly like really smart and really funny of them to do.
Yeah, I also thought that was because the whole entire time they like didn't really mention Corona. Like they might have like it was some kind of offhand thing. Or I guess they did, like, because it got to the point where like they revisited people and they were like, no, you need to like stay away from me. And then they literally started it, like showed the clips of like him being injected with like the supposed gypsy tears.
Yeah. Which I remember watching that and I was like, that seems like a weird one-off joke, but whatever. And but it came back and that was really funny. But yeah, I guess like I don't know. A lot of this movie was just it wasn't as sharp, I felt like, in like hitting you with like those like things you feel almost bad for laughing at kind of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the first movie was hitting with you with those constantly, and it was like that's what makes it so like fun to watch.
Always making me feel like very uncomfortable and like sort of bad for laughing in some moments.
Yeah.
But in this movie, I was just like, yeah, I didn't really laugh.
Yeah, I can only think of like a couple of times that I laughed, and most of the time it was like, you know, like it wasn't.
But I will say, I think this movie had the biggest like shock value moment of both movies in the fact that like they almost got Rudy Giuliani like to have sex with
that was insane. Like I was watching that and I was like, holy fucking shit. And then like
I couldn't believe it was real. I was like, there's no way. Like this is actually happening. It was absurd.
And then it was funny to see him like in the Mike Pence rally. Like when he's like I have to wear disguise to get into the convention. He comes in the Ku Klux Klan.
And that's like the other thing. The sad part about this movie is that like he can't like be Borat. He has to like dress up as a disguise because he's famous. Like they show that clip in the beginning where people are like chasing him. It's like, oh my god, it's Borat, my wife. And which was like unfortunate because it would have been really funny to see like another movie with him like acting as Borat in that style. Yeah. But like it's just impossible.
Yeah. So like, they made do with what they had, and he still was able to wear it a couple times, like the actual suit and everything, and there was still plenty of like pretty funny, well, like the haircut thing when he's like showing him every piece of hair that he cuts off, and he's like, that's fine.
And the guy's just like, it's fine. It's fine.
I just Oh, it's cool how this movie like just came out, like no one knew it was happening, and then it was like, oh, it'll be out in like a week, and it was like, wow, like that was
Yeah,
super cool, and
that
it was
was
just
pretty
released on
funny. And
Prime.
it just
Everyone
like
who has Prime can watch it.
yeah, and it was just also like one of the only big movies to well like big-ish movies to like be produced during quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I think there are some other ones, but this is the one where he was like out and filming, and people knew it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is cool. And I think it's cool when movies are just like you don't know they're even being made, and then like a week before they're like, oh, it's coming, and then it's like out. Like they did that
Yeah.
with 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, isn't that like a monster movie, right?
Uh, yeah, it's based on the first. Wait, hold on a minute. What happened to your headphones? Are you just putting your
Yeah,
ear
so
to?
you know what's well, I started this podcast with like 30% on my phone, and for whatever reason, I checked like during while we were talking, and it was at 1%, and I'm like, how the hell did that happen? And so I just plugged it in, and it's at 5% right now. And now what's also whack is that like it's your audio is not coming in at full volume, and it's only coming in through like the top speaker on the
Oh,
phone.
so you keep putting your ear up to it.
So I literally have to like put my ear up like this because I can like hardly hear you.
Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Well, you
but
only
it's
come
all
for
right.
that quality content here. Tommy, I should
Exactly.
be getting a new microphone in December, so hopefully we'll be back to
Yeah, we should.
decent quality.
If anybody cares, we the the audio quality should get better after like what he said, December, and we'll
Yeah.
try to figure out some like better situations for this. But as of right now, it's kind of just work in progress.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Oh yeah, I guess I don't really have much else to say. Do you?
No, not really. I was just a little bit disappointed, but it wasn't bad. Like, I'd still recommend people who liked the first one to watch the second one
Mm-hmm.
because there are definitely some parts you'll find joy in.
But I will
But for the
say,
most part,
of
it's
our
like
two
it's
rankings,
underwhelming.
Chad bad. I'm gonna say bad.
Yeah, yeah. I'll also say bad. It's not like a bad movie. It's just underwhelming. So it's
Yeah.
like it's definitely not a Chad.
Yep. And if you want to more in depth, looks at exactly how we feel, our letterboxs are always in the description.
Yep.
Um,
We have a couple million followers on there.
mm-hmm.
So you can always check us out. And yeah, I put back in my headphones
There you go.
because I'm at 6% now. So yeah, I don't know. Any closing statements?
Um, no. I don't have anything to really plug this week because I've been so fucking busy with school. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're just sitting here. We're waiting for the election, to happen, and
Yeah, everybody's nervously waiting for the election, and I'm probably like by this time a month from now, it's still probably going to be going on, like just all the processes that are involved in
yeah.
whatever the
But
fuck is going to happen next.
hopefully, after tomorrow, we can at least like sleep a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you've listened this whole way through, which you probably have not, um,
We could say
join
whatever
us
we want right
again.
now because nobody's listening to us.
I know. Join us next
Yeah,
week,
I can't think of it.
where we will watch
Yeah, join
another
us next.
movie, and we will watch
We will.
Mandalorian episodes 1 and 2.
Yes, and we'll be one episode closer to our Thanksgiving tier list.
Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
enjoy that. Goodbye, everybody.